Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. B spoilers. Liam isn't cured. Bill's blunder increases danger. The bold in the beautiful spoilers document that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, believes that his brain tumor is gone. But all signs indicate that the good doctor, Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, is following in her crooked ex-husband's soapy footsteps. The infamous Dr. Reese Buckingham, Wayne Brady, stole and then sold the then Hope Spencers, Annika Noel and Liam Spencers, Scott Clifton, newborn baby girl, Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza. As the audience notices, Beth made an appearance at her father's bedside along with her sister, Kelly Spencer, Sophia Perez, which implies a connection to the Reese storyline. Grace asked Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, for $1 million, which he transferred to her digitally. She made that ask because of an undefined need for cash, which viewers learned about through Grace's phone calls with an unknown party. One of the darker storylines in recent B&B history happened when Hope and Liam took an ill-advised and ill-fated so-called baby moon to an island off the coast of California. A storm arose, and they were trapped in that setting, which enabled Reese's right into the show. Brady's character was indebted to bookies because of his gambling addiction, so he claimed Beth died during childbirth, used a deceased infant's body, and presented that to Hope and Liam as their dead child. Reese took Beth and sold her to Taylor Hayes, now played by Rebecca Budig. Taylor's then recent involvement with Reese led her to trust him and the story he offered about a woman, Flo Fulton, Katrina Bowden, later revealed as a member of the Logan family, who supposedly couldn't keep her baby. Flo was Reese's girlfriend and was never pregnant. Bowden's character, who later became Wyatt Spencer's, Darren Brooks, fiancé, went along with the ruse. As an aside, Flo was unceremoniously written out of the show a few years after that storyline, which remains unusual as her character had plenty of plot space to play. Of course, Brooks' alter ego, who was a main character, was written out of the show last year. Getting Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, pardoned was a genuine act of compassion. Bill bonded with Poppy Nozawa's, Romy Park daughter because Luna played into his dysfunctional childhood. Luna's upbringing wasn't good. However, she used that as an excuse to commit multiple violent acts, including the murder of 2 people, along with Steffi Forrester Finnegan's, Jacqueline Massinswood, kidnapping and intended murder. Luna's freedom eventually resulted in her shooting Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, and Liam. Luna wanted to kill Steffi during that confrontation at Bill's beach house, with Sheila and Liam intervening. So Bill's desperate need to realize redemption led him to accept Grace's surprising claim that Liam's tumor could be extracted in an experimental procedure. Liam is naturally elated in believing that he's beaten cancer. Apparent medical scans confirm that outcome as true. However, Dr. John Finnegan's Tanner Novlin medical expertise raises natural doubt in his mind. Liam's mind will clear as he seemingly recovers from the upbeat shock of this seemingly successful operation. The audience anticipates other daytime shows dropping as many factors converge this summer. One of them should be a clear explanation of what happened during Liam's surgery versus what Grace is claiming. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the bold and the beautiful. The tension in the bold and the beautiful is reaching dangerous new heights, and Liam Spencer's mental state is at the center of the storm. While many believed that Liam had finally overcome his emotional turmoil, it's becoming clear that he is far from cured. In fact, recent events have shown that his lingering obsession, unresolved trauma, and impulsive behavior are more dangerous than ever. Add Bill Spencer's latest blunder into the mix, and we have a recipe for chaos that could change the lives of everyone involved. Liam's fractured state of mind. Liam has always been a character who wears his heart on his sleeve. His love life has been a roller coaster of heartbreak, guilt, and complicated choices, particularly when it comes to Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester. After all the drama with Thomas Forrester, Hope's recent heartbreak, and Steffi's ongoing issues with Finn and Sheila, Liam's emotions are once again spiraling out of control. Viewers have noticed the signs: Liam's paranoia, erratic decision-making, and inability to let go of the past. He's convinced that Thomas is still a threat to Hope, and his obsession with protecting her might push him into dangerous territory. Liam is not thinking clearly, and his actions are starting to look less like concern and more like desperation. Bill Spencer's fatal mistake. Enter Bill Spencer, who has never been one to shy away from meddling in his son's life. In his effort to help Liam, Bill has made a critical mistake. He's underestimated just how fragile Liam's mental state really is. Thinking he could fix things with a few fatherly pep talks and bold advice, Bill instead fueled Liam's paranoia by confirming his worst fears. Bill's protective nature often leads to trouble, and this time, he might have gone too far. By pushing Liam to fight for what he loves and not let anyone, especially Thomas, stand in his way, Bill has accidentally given his son the green light to act recklessly. What Bill thought would empower Liam may actually set off a dangerous chain of events. Hope's growing concern. Hope Logan, who knows Liam better than anyone, is starting to see the warning signs. She's worried that Liam's obsession with Thomas is blinding him to reality. While Hope is trying to move forward with her life, perhaps even exploring new feelings she didn't expect, Liam is stuck in the past. Hope has repeatedly tried to reassure Liam that Thomas has changed, but Liam simply won't accept it. His constant interference and accusations are not only straining his relationship with Hope, but also pushing her further away. If Liam doesn't get his emotions under control, he might not only lose Hope forever, but also risk everything he's been fighting for. The shadow of Thomas Forrester. Thomas has been working hard to prove he's a changed man, especially to Hope. Their professional relationship at Forrester Creations has turned into something much deeper, but Liam's inability to trust Thomas threatens to unravel it all. For Thomas, the biggest danger isn't his own dark impulses anymore, it's Liam. If Liam continues to lash out or tries to sabotage Thomas and Hope's partnership, he could cause more damage than he realizes. And with Bill unknowingly fanning the flames, the situation is on the verge of exploding. Danger on the horizon. What happens when a man who believes he's fighting for love starts to lose his grip on reality? For Liam, that danger is real. The line between protecting Hope and controlling her life is starting to blur, and his frustration with Thomas could lead to a catastrophic confrontation. Bill's blunder only magnifies this danger. If Liam takes his father's words too seriously, he might try something drastic to get rid of Thomas or prove his love for Hope. This could easily spiral into violence or a shocking betrayal, something fans of the bold and the beautiful know all too well can happen in the blink of an eye. Steffi's role in the chaos. Steffi Forrester is another key player in this drama. While she's happily married to Finn, she's always had a complicated connection with Liam. She knows him well enough to see when he's not thinking straight, and she might step in to try and calm him down. But if Liam misreads Steffi's concern as lingering feelings, things could become even messier. Steffi's priority is protecting her family, especially from Sheila's ongoing threats, but Liam's erratic behavior could pull her into a new kind of drama she doesn't want. If Steffi tries to play peacemaker between Liam and Thomas, she might end up making things worse instead of better. Will Bill realize his mistake? The big question now is whether Bill will see the damage he's caused before it's too late. Bill is no stranger to making impulsive choices that backfire, but this time, his mistake could put Liam, Hope, and even Thomas in serious danger. If Bill continues to push Liam to man up and fight for Hope, he might drive his son straight into disaster.